Hey everyone, so this video is going to be about when I met the intended parent, and all I can say is I left having lunch with my cheeks hurting. That's how much I was smiling throughout the whole entire time, just because I was extremely happy. It was totally unexpected. I wasn't planning on meeting him anytime soon, other than meeting him a little bit prior to baby Chinita being born. So how it all happened was Monday morning. He had texted me saying good morning, and it was a little weird just because morning for us here in the US or in California, it's nighttime for him in China. So I was a little surprised, like a little thrown off, but I'm like, I don't know. So I messaged him back, and he had asked if we could meet, that he had an unexpected business trip out here for work, and that if I had time for us to meet up for lunch or something. And I said, yes, like totally, like I'll drop whatever I have planned to go and meet you. So we had plans to meet on Tuesday down in Glendale, California at a very known Chinese restaurant. I'm not a big fan of Chinese food, or I should say any other kind of foods. I don't like to try new foods, which I should, because I know that there's so much good food out there. But I like to just stick to my finger foods, like chicken strips and boring stuff like that. But anyways, so I gave in, and I'm like, why not try the like real Chinese food instead of like panda, you know what I mean? So anyways, so I met up with him, and plan was for me to take my children. However, I gotta be a good mom and send their little butts to school, so gotta go to school. So unfortunately they were not able to meet him. His American name is Steve. So we met in Glendale, and he had his cousin with him from China. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to communicate with us just because his English, he didn't know how to speak English, and he didn't understand it. So it was a little hard communicating with him. However, Steve, his English is pretty good. So we were able to carry on a conversation and all that good stuff. So once we sat down, we immediately started talking about my children, about how they're doing and how they're coming along with this whole journey and all that good stuff. And that conversation went very well. It was like an immediate, like we bonded so fast and so naturally. Like it was crazy. Like, you know, sometimes when you meet somebody, your heart is like beating really fast, and you just can't stop talking, and you're like trying to think about what else to talk, and then it gets quiet, and it's like an awkward silence. We didn't have that whatsoever. So it was like I said, it was just like, it was so natural. And his cousin, they were both jet lagged, just because, like I said, daytime over here is nighttime in China. So I felt so bad for him. And then obviously not being able to communicate and all that good stuff, and he's eating, he was like falling asleep. So made the long story short, we were asking each other questions about why he's really going to school, if I plan on going to school, how work is going for me, how the pregnancy is going for me. And right when he seen me, he's like, where is your belly? Like, I'm 6 months now, and I'm not really showing. Like, I'd have to say, like, I'm carrying the pregnancy in my back kind of way. I don't know how to explain it. But she's not quite out there. Probably when I hit 7-8 months, my belly may pop. So he was just like, where is she? Like, I don't see your belly, you know? So I did mention that if she starts, kicking and whatever, and if we're able to feel her, that, I would like for him to feel her kick. But she was being lazy, and she just did not kick at all. So we were talking about everything, and he's currently going to school to get his master's in business. So I asked him, like, what exactly, like, why are you going to college? And his only response was, for more knowledge. I was like, wow, like, that's amazing, you know what I mean? And sad news is he's graduating in October, which at that time, baby Chinita will be 4 months. But he's like, well, she's going to be a little too little, you know, to travel with me. I'm like, no, I don't think so, you know, like, I mean, to go to my graduation. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, she should be fine. Come to find out, his graduation is in Dubai. So that may be quite a ways for baby Chinita to fly in the airplane to Dubai, and depending on the weather and all that good stuff. Now, my main question for him, because he is a single father, or will be a single father, my question was, who's going to be caring for the baby while he goes to work, while he goes to school, you know, things like that. Well, since I'm due June 20th, he is flying out his a family member out here from New Zealand to help him with the baby. She will be the family member is his aunt, so she will be the main go-to person when it comes to the baby, which I am forever thankful for her. It eased my mind because a while ago he had mentioned that he needed to look for a nanny. Finding someone to care for your child that you do not know is extremely hard, and it's really scary. Me knowing that, you know, I'm going to bring this baby into the world, I still have definitely a lot of love for her, and I wish the best for her and for her family and, you know, whatnot, but I definitely want her to be in someone's hands that more or less is a family member, someone that's close to the family, not just a complete stranger, especially from him coming from China, coming to the U.S. To find a nanny in the meantime while they get their paperwork situated, her social security, birth certificate, all that good stuff. Minimum, they do have to stay here in the U.S. for 45 days until everything gets processed and all that good stuff. Then they can fly back home. Now, keep in mind, flying to China from California is 14 hours. I'm like, whoa, like, that's going to be extremely hard. So I had asked him if he was going to have any help in the airplane, and he said definitely his aunt will be there with them when they fly back to China. So pretty much, like, his aunt's going to be there, I don't know, maybe possibly the first year of the baby's life, a few months until Steve gets a little situated at home. I'm not quite sure. However, as long as I know that she will be in a family member's hands here in the U.S. until she gets to, you know, China, it's definitely a big relief on me, just because it just makes me feel good. So anyways, after we had lunch, we headed out to my ultrasound appointment, and he got to see baby Chinita on the screen. The doctor was nice enough to be able to do an ultrasound that day. However, I was only scheduled to hear the heartbeat, which we were also able to hear her heartbeat as well. He was completely amazed. He was just blown away of how technology is and how he was able to see his daughter. It fills my heart up with so much joy, happiness, definitely unforgettable memories. This is something that our world needs more of, is love, and I definitely want to spread my love out there. My love may not be the best at times, but I know that it's there. And I know at times we may like question ourselves, like, I don't feel like I have a big heart, or I don't feel like I'm, you know, setting a good example out there for others and whatnot. But in reality, we do definitely got to give ourselves more credit. And I mean, I hope that I can definitely encourage others to become a surrogate mom. Don't be afraid. Don't doubt yourself. Don't let others control your mind. You believe in what you believe in, and also as like what you feel like you can conquer and achieve and definitely accomplish. Like, this is your life. No one else controls your life, or no one else should control your life. It is definitely a lot to think of, but it is at the end or even throughout the journey, it's definitely rewarding. It goes both ways. You're helping to complete someone else's family, and they are also helping you on, you know, helping your family as well, depending on what you'd like to do. Either go to school, purchase a home, you know, just it's there's a lot to think about, but it helps both ways. And also, I mean, you do have to have at least one child and able to become a surrogate. Now, it's also a good example to show your children what you're doing for another family. But like I said, meeting Steve was more just like, I just can't explain. Like, I was just so happy. Like I said, I couldn't stop smiling. My cheeks were hurting once I left from having lunch with them. And we bonded so well. It was just so natural. Like, I don't know how to explain it, you know. And he kept thanking me so many times, and I kept thanking him so many times. And I truly appreciate like how he includes my children so much. You know, he's constantly asking how they're doing and all that good stuff, which is really nice. And, you know, to have my children involved in this as much as possible is what it means a lot to me. And for them to understand and to be my main supporters means a lot to me. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, us meeting was really good. And he does plan on coming back the end of May, beginning of June, to try and get situated before baby Chinita is born. As far as where he's going to be staying, he's not quite sure. Hopefully he can find a real decent, either like apartment or something for a few months, until he can go back home. So, and during that time, we do plan on meeting up again. Obviously the day that the baby will be born. And then also before he goes back home, we'll have, you know, lunch or dinner. Also, I do plan on, once they go back to the airport, or once they go to the airport to fly back home, I do plan on meeting him there at the airport, so that way my children and I, or my family and I, we can say our goodbyes, and hopefully we can definitely meet his family out in China the end of this year, beginning of next year. So I definitely want to go out there and visit where baby Chinita and his family are from. And we are planning that. So that's going to be very exciting. And that's pretty much it. So until next time, bye.